I look really messy and dead and tired because I don't have any makeup on, nor is my hair actually done. I woke up like this. Period. The fact that I'm not nervous at all to wear this, like, on my way to school right now.
Good morning. Already seeing some Trump stickers on their cars passing me. So I'm sure they're going to be very excited to see what I have to say about it. Currently walking back to my house because I lost a part of my pop socket and I really need to find it. Also, I don't have a class at all right now, so that's why I'm able to come home and look for a part of my pop socket. Update, my Trump supporter teacher was not here, which is fine. He'll probably be here sometime this week. While I was in that class, this one boy like gave me the dirtiest look. Like I was sitting, like we sit at the same table, gave me the dirtiest look and like whispered to his friend, and then his friend looked up at my shirt. I was like, period. Y'all, we found her. We found her. Aston, what do you think about my shirt?
I love it.
Wow, I look like a crackhead.
I support you.
Thank you, Aston. I've got a lot of dirty looks today. Thank you so much for being a support.
Baby.
Oh my god, gotta blur that out.
If you're gonna be by today's title, today I'm going to be wearing anti-Trump shirts to my racist, very, very Republican school.
We have the right to choose if we want a white community also. That's why we moved here.
You believe. That's what you believe. Excuse
Recap of today. My Trump supporter teacher was not here today. We'll get him next time, guys. Hopefully he's here tomorrow. And also the boy in my second period class that gave me the dirtiest look in the entire world when I sat down. I hope you enjoy these shirts for the rest of the week because I'm not stopping. Period. But here's what the shirt actually says. It says, Trump supporters be like, he didn't say that. If he did, he didn't mean it. And if he did, you didn't understand it. And if you did, it's not a big deal. And if it is, others have said worse.
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Stop it! Oh, it's so weird!
I just woke up. I look a mess, but my hair's kind of cute, not gonna lie. Here's the fit. We got the champion shorts on too, okay. And the shirt says anyone but Trump, literally anyone else 2020. And I love it. I look kind of cute today. Gotta be cute, gotta stun on them. Let them know that we hate Trump, but make it fashion, period.
But it is still well watered. Now, always in teaching crap. He might have done it. They have so many secrets that, okay, great. Now, so David and the Democrats and liberals have tried to do anything to get him out of office. That's just a gift. That's a gift. That's just simplicity. So all of this is just good old Clinton News Network, aka CNN. Just they're just finding just because they want. That's all. That's all. Now, could they try to impeach him one day? Yes. I really do think that they would. You think I did, because that's how much they just don't like him. And they don't like him because he's not a real politician. He's a businessman that is now a president. He's not an actual backstabbing douchebag piece of crap politician, and they don't like that. So what they're basically they are not put off by him. They're intimidated. He is not one of them, and that's why they're like. But it's not what we need. You know, they were dead, so we need a business mindset. Well, not just that. We needed somebody that was not a backstabbing, crooked call. It's only growing. No, it's not growing. It's gone down. Actually, just your wife looks like it. Now, in Donald Trump's defense, he has no reason to pull it up. Didn't care. She's hot. You would not have to be told any good
They always will and always have.
Specifically right now, that's what I was talking about. It's like, because
Are we talking about the US? Well,
if it changes stuff, I mean, that's it.
Russia was the same. Things like this that they tried to like blow up have actually been like good business transactions. And yes, he might have done it like backdoor.
yeah, exactly.
And it's backdoor stuff. What okay, so when Obama got elected, I didn't see the Republicans crazy.
When I said this to you guys one time, you guys disagreed with me. I said this to you. I said whenever Obama, you never saw like yeah, exactly. That's what I said. I remember you guys were like, I don't know. No, you probably were. I probably did. Yeah, we did get and then, but whenever Donald Trump was elected, it's not this actually.
Well, listen.
He is. He is.
So what is socialism? And people are like, they don't bring it up. They're just there because it's like the popular thing to do. Now, at the same time, there are crazy people. Like, that's just what it is. At the same time, the bad people are always going to get them. Whether there's laws or not. No matter what. The evil in the world.
He's married immigrants. 3 of them are immigrants. So what does that tell you? Is he a racist? No.
What would solve the whole thing in the border if they would just start shooting? Only shoot a couple and they would go home.
You think deterrence would work?
If they would shoot.
Shut down the government. We need the money to put up that wall. We need a wall that is high as hell and is dangerous as hell to cross. People die crossing that wall. Maybe they'll just stay on their side.
What would solve the whole thing in the border if they would just start shooting?
Second review.
The schedule for when certain subjects can take tests and all 4 of them can today.
Here we go. Ooh.
What are
Ooh,
they?
Aspen. Thank you for holding my camera for me.
Stop race mixing! You're ruining my pure white bloodline! When Trump followed over, we love to see it.
Jello beats, holla at me.
It's hard to believe that this show aired nearly 30 years ago.
I get a phone case. I have the same hairstyle again. Super cute. I'm wearing my champion shorts. We're about to leave. This is a pretty blatantly obvious shirt. It's huge too. It's a huge shirt. It's pretty big on me as well. So it's not hard to miss the dump truck shirt. So it's most likely my teacher might say something. He does. I've come prepared. I know what I'm going to say. And I have a feeling they're always going to say something about Obama. I know stuff about Obama too. It happened.
They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people. You'd say politically correct that the look doesn't matter, but the look obviously matters. Like you wouldn't have your job if you weren't beautiful.
J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on.
Alright, Aspen, last review. What do we think?
Okay. Basic, but get your point across.
Martha,
I like Trump.
And
Oh,
Scott,
that was
here
gross.
comes the cootie squad. Yeah, my teacher said something about it today. So I told y'all that my teacher did talk about my shirt. I knew he was going to because it's obvious that it says dumb Trump on it. So I'm walking into class. I'm early, so I'm like one of the first people in there. My teacher's standing outside and outside of the hall, and he's like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Hey," and so I give this weird smile and he's like, "What was that for?" I was like, "Nothing. I'm having a good day," because I know he's gonna see my shirt. And yesterday they were talking about Trump. I was like, boom. So I sit down and he's following me to my seat, and he's like, "Didn't you have on anti-Trump shirt or something yesterday?" I was like, "Yeah, I got another one on today." And I stood up, I showed him my shirt, and he was like, "So what's that for? Why? What And I was like, "Because I hate Trump. I do not like Trump. We don't like Trump." And he was like, "Why?" And I was like, "Because Trump's an awful person." And he was like, "Yeah, I know. Trump is an awful person." First of all, hold on. How are you literally yesterday talking about he's the greatest president we've ever had, but you said he's awful? You literally think he's an awful person, but he's a great president? Okay, shut up. You sound stupid. Your morals are already incorrect. He's like, "Okay, yeah, I know he's an awful person, but why do you hate him?" And so I'm like, "He's putting children in cages." And then he was like, "Okay, but do you know how many presidents have pet children in cages?" First of all, already starting off on the wrong foot. You can't justify wrong with wrong. So I'm like, "Yeah, I do." And he's like, "Well, Obama did it." And I was like, "Actually, Obama didn't start that. Bush was doing it before Obama." And then he was like, "Okay, well, Obama didn't take the cages down." And I was like, "Okay, but Trump is making it worse. Did you know that before Trump, 0 kids had ever died in cages? None of them had ever died. Ever. And then, but when Trump became president, he decided to also," and I was trying, okay. And I was like, "Also, Obama never put any immigration policies in place to rip children apart from their families. No immigration policies, none at all." Versus Trump took away DACA, created a zero toleration policy. Zero toleration. And zero toleration is any illegal immigrant is automatically a criminal in his eyes. That's what he's doing, incriminating them and prosecuting them, right? Obama didn't do that. So the situation is now 100% worse. So this is the worst these conditions have ever been. So I'm trying to explain this to him. He is literally making the argument of a 2-year-old. This is why I can't with Trump supporters, because pretty much they always justify wrong with wronger. You cannot sit here and say, "Well, he did it, so it doesn't I can do it." No, you can't, because in a court you don't say, "Well, yeah, I beat my child, but he killed him, so at least I did better than," no. He's literally barely letting me talk. He's just like, "Okay, but Obama." I'm like, "We're not talking about Obama. We're talking about Trump, because we don't like Trump." You know why? Because he's an awful person. And not only that, I didn't get to finish my, the rest of the things I had to say. I have looked this up back and forth. I have my stuff together. I know Trump is the worst person. So he's walking away because I'm making valid points. I was ready to continue making valid points, right? They literally have, once you bring up immigration and stuff like that, they have no actual morally correct views on it. So it's you're making yourself sound like an awful racist, if we're being honest right now. They just make themselves sound awful when you bring up immigration, pretty much. So if you really want to get an argument with a Trump supporter, you can shut them down that way. And you know why they think it's acceptable to treat them and let them die in there? Is because Trump is literally making it known that they're inhumane. They don't deserve rights. They don't deserve any respect at all. I don't care about your child's life, because they're probably going to grow up to be a rapist or a gang member. That's pretty much the message he's conveying. And also, if you look at all of the mass shootings, so many of them have direct correlations to Trump, and saying that, well, and saying like, well, I think they're invaders. Like the man who shot 51 Muslims called them invaders and was a Trump supporter. But yeah, that's what I have to say about it. Like, Trump supporters are stupid. They literally have no idea what they're talking about. None at all. When it comes to that, they don't have any argument. The only thing that they can say is, oh, well, they did worse. Is that supposed to make you sound like a good guy? Is that supposed to make him sound like a good guy? And a lot of Trump supporters, I'm just going to bring this up real quick. A lot of Trump supporters are pro-life, right? But don't care about the 7 kids that died last year in camps. Y'all care so much about an unborn child, 3 cells in a womb. But the minute a child that's actually living, breathing, and was just ripped from his parents is killed in a camp, is killed in a cage, y'all want to be silent? Okay, yeah, you're not pro-life. You're not. You're just a racist.